When we began to use these practices, a ripple effect occurred, meaning that the word started getting out that we were not only using zero tolerance, but we were also moving back from that and using this weird thing where we sat around in a circle and we talked and told stories and we got to the bottom of things, and then I was able to go back to class. And as things started to spread out, a ripple effect occurred. Word started getting out that our school was changing. These are just some slides, some data. I'm not going to go too deep into that because I want to have opportunities for question and answer. And you guys have access to this through the Google Drive, so you can actually go and pull this actual PowerPoint up. But basically what this slide just shows is as we started using the practices, we began to realize that the young people wanted to come to school now and stay. That the children didn't come up to fourth period and then they left, and then that affected our attendance. That we weren't using zero tolerance as a means to deal with behavior, which also affected our attendance. That young people actually were coming in and they were staying and they were being involved in the school community. You saw our serious misconducts go down. You look at that 2010, that's when I lost all my hair. All this hair on my head, I lost it. Because it was very stressful having to deal with traumatized young people day after day after day after day after day. I wanted to teach them, and discipline means to teach, but it was very hard to teach young people who were traumatized. We had to get them to a place where they can actually feel the love that we were giving them, and they would calm down. They would allow themselves to not be in that fight or flight operation, and they would be able to have that moment to be able to listen to us as adults. So as you notice, as we started using these practices, our serious misconducts and our violence misconducts went down dramatically. This particular slide just looks at specifically the actual practices that we were using, and as we were using them, we began to see a reduction in the young people being violent. I just said that we just use love on them. That's what I said. Victim offender mediation, peer jury, any of that type of verbiage, that's fine for your data, because you got to collect data in schools. But really, we were using love. And we were using love in an unconditional manner, meaning that you can't do anything for what we're doing. There's nothing you have to give back to me. This is what I'm supposed to do as your teacher, as your leader. I'm supposed to love you. Love doesn't mean that you get away with things. Love means that I correct you when necessary because I love you. Now that was hard because they were accustomed to adults telling them they loved them, and the adults were allowing them to do adult things. And we were letting them know that, no, that's not love. Matter of fact, that's lack of love when you are engaging in stuff that you shouldn't be engaging in as a young person. Love dictates that we have to speak to you and we have to create the conditions around you to make sure that you have all of the necessary things you need to be successful. And that's what we did.